This tune is a song I wrote with my father. I had the pleasure of writing a tune with my father. Now, my old man won't admit it, I should say that, but he's like this Newfoundland truck driving legend. Now, if I said that to him, he'd tell me I was crazy. But every time I go anywhere, any outport that had a fish plant or anything like that, or if I meet any truck drivers and I tell them, oh, where are you from? Well, I'll say Port Blandford, Newfoundland. Oh, I know a fellow out there. Charlie Harris, you must know him. I said, yeah, well, that's my dad. Well, holy smokes, I got to tell you a couple stories about Charlie. Anyway, I had the pleasure of writing this with Dad, and like I said, Dad's a truck driver, so normally truck drivers don't pick up hitchhikers because they're trying to get from point A to point B as quickly as possible. But in this case, he was headed home, so he had a bit of time on his hands, I guess, and figured probably he'd write a song about it, and so he did. And this is called Hell Ain't It Cold. It was late in November, blacker than dark. The cold wind was howling outside. I've been driving all night, my eyes red and tired, cursing the day I was hired. From a frosted Freightliner, I saw an old timer, his thumb high in the night sky. Oh, that look of desperation filled with anticipation, it had me pull off to the side. Well, he climbed in the cab, not saying a word. His relief he expressed with a sigh. And then he fired up his pipe, filled the cab full of smoke, and wiped a frozen tear from his eye. He says, hell ain't it cold, what a place to be stuck with no ride. And thank you for stopping, if you hadn't died of frozen I'd died. Yeah, thanks once again for being such a friend. I'll remember you till I die. And if I chance to meet the good Lord or St. Pete, well, I'll tell him how you gave me a ride. Well, his lips, they were blue, but his eyes looked much colder. This wasn't his first rodeo. Well, what drives a man to pray for kind hands and hit the road with nowhere to go? Yes, hell ain't it cold, what a place to be stuck with no ride. And thank you for stopping, if you hadn't died of frozen I'd died. Yeah, thanks once again for being such a friend. I'll remember you till I die. And if I chance to meet the good Lord or St. Pete, I'll tell him how you gave me a ride. He said I'd weather the winds of Alberta. I got frostbite in the wild Labrador. From Tayuktuk to Nain, well, I'll say it again, don't think I've been this cold before. Yes, hell ain't it cold, what a place to be stuck with no ride. Thank you for stopping, if you hadn't died of frozen I'd died. Yeah, thanks once again for being such a friend. I'll remember you till I die. And if I chance to meet the good Lord or St. Pete, well, I'll tell him how you gave me a ride. Yes, if I chance to meet the good Lord or St. Pete, I'll tell him how you gave me a ride. There you go, Bobtail Charlie. Hell ain't it cold.